He starts where the others stop, sometimes shocking, always controversial. He deals with topics that the other talk shows are afraid to touch. He pries, he pokes, he digs deep. He gets the answers, he gets the facts, and most of all, he gets the ratings.
Alright guys, so I just watched this video right here. So I think there were good points and bad points with, this video overall. Okay, so the first thing is, Donald Trump's remarks towards her after he gets this question, right, where she's asking him about, the rhetoric that, people say that his comments are racist, that, that a lot of things he says, right, are wrong. And she's just explaining to him what a lot of people are saying, right? Trump makes it seem like she's actually, like, trying to confirm these talking points, right? But merely, I think what she's doing is, like, she's just explaining to him, this is what people are saying, what is your response to that, right? Like, if they're wrong, like, could you go ahead and explain, like, why they're wrong? I think that's what she was trying to do. I could be wrong. Okay, I'm just explaining to you guys what my point of view is, right? Based on the first time seeing this. And keep in mind, I've only seen small segments of this, interview right here.
Just got confronted to his face for his history of racist comments at an event for the National Association of Black Journalists, and it may be the funniest thing I've seen all day. I have no clue what Donald Trump was thinking walking into a building full of seasoned black journalists who absolutely hate him and thinking that he could just say stuff like this. Watch this clip.
I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President.
What we have to remember is she's explaining to him that there are other people who feel this way, right? That it's not appropriate for him to be there. To those people, I would say you're absolutely wrong about that, okay? The term is cave dwellers, okay? That is an actual talking point that's directed at all white people, okay? And so what I would say to that, if you're of the opinion that white people have no business talking about these issues, then, like, you also shouldn't call us cave dwellers, right? Those are two contradictory statements. If you're of the mindset that we're cave dwellers, then you should be encouraging everyone to have these discussions and learn, right? And listen to the people who experiences all these different kinds of things and actually listen and understand, okay? And if someone is speaking from a place of ignorance, that shouldn't be met with hatred. That should be met with, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's try and come together and get you to a place of understanding instead of a place of judgment, anything else like that, okay?
Barack Obama saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them
Okay. Go back to where you came from. I could definitely see that as problematic. Okay. But then again, like, that's just on the surface, right? There's a lot of missing context with that, and what we would need is to actually know the full story, who he was talking to when he said that, why he said that, right?
Loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question.
Now, to be fair, I don't think he was aware of who Nick Fuentes was, right? He invited Kanye. And then apparently Kanye decided to invite Nick Fuentes. Okay. Or at least that's to my understanding, right? That Trump wasn't aware of who Nick Fuentes was or anything like that. If that's incorrect, put some links in the comment section and we'll take a look at them. Okay.
Question, sir. Now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
That is a great.
So, like I said, go back to where you came from. That is a problematic thing to say, right? But again, it's missing a lot of context. If you go up to just a random stranger and because they look a certain way, and you go ahead and rattle that off to them, I'm going to say, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. So what scenarios would it be, more appropriate to have that response? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking maybe if it's someone who's wanting to, destroy the country, someone wanting to, turn the country into the way they think it should be. If it's someone from like a communist country and they come over, they're like, we need communism, or we need this, or we need that. And you go ahead and tell that person to go back where you came from, and it is based on their behavior and it's based on their actions, then that isn't racist. That's based on fact. That is based on the fact that you are in America. We live in a free country, right? We don't put up with no communism bullcrap over here. And if that's what you want to spew out, then go back to another country where they have that, okay, and be happy over there.
Question, and notice, look at how visibly uncomfortable Donald Trump got on stage. Now let's take a guess really quick.
But that is understandable with the question that was just tossed in his lap. Okay. Now, I have to admit, whenever someone brings accusations like this towards me, I'm like, what is this? Like, what is your problem? Right?
How is Donald Trump going to respond? Is he going to own up to his mistakes in the past? Is he going to pivot and deflect and talk about random stuff? Is he going to attack the journalist, or is he going to double down? Or a combination of all of the worst things? Let's take a look.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
Donald Trump immediately turns nasty and begins attacking the journalist on stage.
So here's the thing. That rhetoric that was, spoken to him is framed in such a way to infer that to criticize any black person is racist. Now, if that inference is inaccurate, you guys are more than welcome to put in the comments and we can have a discussion about that. Okay? But I'm getting ready to show you guys something that I think will help clarify my point. That some of the things Trump says are problematic for sure. But if you want to say that his comments are racist, then you're going to have to show actual proof of racism, right? The intent has to be there. It can't be just that I view what you said is racist, that I'm inferring, right? That I think your intent is to say that, this person's horrible because of their race. If the intent isn't there and it isn't provable, that is just your possibly faulty assumption that there was racism behind his statements, right? It is possible that those people that he has criticized was justified, that they should have been criticized. Martin Luther King said, judge people based on the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. So anyone that you are criticizing, okay, doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter what race they are, what background they have, you should criticize based on the content of their character, not by their race, not by their skin color, or anything else like that, okay? And that includes black people. So if you're criticizing a black person, it should be based on the content of their character, okay? So we went ahead and did some research here, okay? Racism definition. Racism is the belief that races have distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities that make one race inherently superior or inferior to others. So anyone saying that Trump's comments are racist, this is what they need to look at right here, and it needs to be based on fact, not based on someone's assumption, not based on someone saying, oh, he's criticizing a black person, so that means it's racist. Okay? So my point of view here is, to criticize a black person is not inherently racist. To criticize black people, that's when it turns to racism. Okay? If you want to put all black people in the same box and judge them all equally and say you are all this, you are all that, whatever else, that's racist. If you want to do that towards white people, towards any other race, and you want to judge them all based on the actions of a few, then yeah, you're absolutely racist if that's your philosophy on life. And that shouldn't be met with hatred. That should be met with a conversation, right? That person needs to have a conversation with someone who has common sense and some ability to explain to them why they're wrong. Simple as that. A person like that has probably learned those things as they were growing up, and they can unlearn those things. They just need to be met with, some degree of understanding. This might be because of other people who have influenced you and has taught you these things, right? But at some point, we need to be able to talk to those people and bring them back down to reality. Okay? Simple as that. So, all right, that's it for now, y'all.